Good evening. It is Monday, the 13th of August, 2018. This is the Hot 7 Nightly News. I am lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. Tourism Minister Dominic Fede is touting the success of Mercury Fest. According to him, the economic penetration from the event is wide-ranging, with preliminary estimates showing that about 4,000 French visitors made their way to St. Lucia to partake in the event. Solange Alfred tells us more in this report.
The much-anticipated Mercury Fest 2018 was held over the weekend. Following the hosting of the event, Tourism Minister Dominic Fede is touting its success. According to him, the event was not only successful, but has undoubtedly spurred much economic activity in the country.
Just want to take this opportunity to congratulate the St. Lucia Tourism Authority and also Epic Events, the company that did the Mercury Beach, on a successful event. From all indication, it has just been a tremendous success. We had about 4,000 people. The preliminary estimates suggest that have actually come over from Martinique. The Tourism Authority and the immigration officials are currently putting those numbers together and crunching them to make sure. But what is clear is that the economic impact was enormous.
The energy-packed performances of French superstar Kalash and Jamaican dancehall artist Popcorn, as well as an array of local artists, have partygoers anticipating what will be in store for Mercury Fest 2019. And the Minister for Tourism assures that Mercury Fest 2019 will deliver. Reporting for Hot 7 Nightly News, I am Solange Alfred.
Predators masquerading as teachers across the island have been put on notice by advocacy group Raise Your Voice St. Lucia after a reported spate of incidents involving teachers having sexual relations with students. The organization has issued a stern warning saying they will no longer keep the issue under wraps and will begin to expose perpetrators of the age-old act in a bid to bring it to a sharp halt. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
A firm warning has been issued to teachers across the island, both male and female, who perpetrate the act of having sexual relations with their students. This warning was issued on Monday morning by the president of Raise Your Voice St. Lucia, Catherine Seelys, who said she is beyond fed up of the situation and especially the way it has been and continues to be handled by authorities and the government of St. Lucia. Seelys said although she believes the issue is public knowledge, she is still calling on the Ministry of Education, the Teaching Service Commission, the St. Lucia Teachers Union, and the Principals Association to provide the children entrusted in their care with the protection that they need and deserve. Whilst she urged the ministry and the Chief Education Officer to act now on the matter, Seelys said if they don't, Raise Your Voice will.
We are at the point where we do not want to expose people who have already been victimized, but we want to put the persons who are perpetuating that kind of behavior within the public education system on notice that we are going to begin to expose the situation. We're going to expose the people. We are going to expose this behavior because we cannot send our daughters to school and then they are in a sexual relationship with a teacher. They get pregnant, they coerce them into abortions, they coerce them into all kinds of behavior. And the children are powerless because they are threatened for them not to speak. Sometimes they use other arms of government. They use public officers to threaten students so that they will not speak. They don't want their wives to know about it.
Seelys said the act is one that is seemingly well planned out, as students coming from underprivileged households are the usual targets. The worst part, she said, is that excuses are being made to help perpetrators avoid accountability, namely the age factor, where students aged 16 years or older are over the age of consent. She said students need to be sensitized so that they could stand up for themselves and speak up.
I do not believe that the children understand that they themselves can speak up. They feel frightened, and we want the situation to be looked into. We want it investigated, and we need the responsible parties to put systems in place so that male teachers who get involved in a sexual relationship with girls are called to account. There is no accountability in that system.
The Raise Your Voice president said the matter has been seemingly prevalent for a long time, and this is especially the case with male teachers and female students.
When the situation is put out in the public and somebody lodges a complaint, they do everything to intimidate and to frighten young girls. They coerce them into having abortions. They coerce them into not speaking up because they don't want their wives, they don't want their girlfriends, they don't want the teaching service, the public service, the Ministry of Education to know. And I feel at this point in time, because of the number of complaints that are being made, that girls go to school and they're being preyed on by male teachers.
Seeley said she has raised the issue with the minister herself, Dr. Gail Rigobert, who indicated that she has formed a special team who is currently looking into the matter. She continued, however, that the evidence is yet to be seen. Reporting for Hot 7 Nightly News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Thank you, Rochelle. TJ's UltraMatt has announced its intention to start the shift to managing single-use shopping bags offered within its operations. The supermarket, which has 4 outlets, 3 of which are in Castries, says the decision, which comes on the heels of the Massey-led plastic charge, is because TJ's stores have been at the epicenter of the plastic jungle, which results when it rains and which also impacts sea creatures, which form the basis of financial sustenance for local fisheries. More in this report.
For some weeks now, there has been a major push by many parties to start a campaign to reduce the effects of plastic waste on our society. We at UltraMatt have been at the epicenter of the plastic jungle in the city of Castries whenever the rain falls. We see firsthand the damaging effects that plastics have when the water pouring off the hilltops cannot be properly channeled to the sea. We have seen also the effects on sea creatures, many of which form the basis of financial sustenance of our fishers. While UltraMatt cannot significantly impact all areas of plastic waste, we have a unique opportunity as a supermarket to manage and control one area of this epidemic, plastic bags. This idea, which has already been introduced by Massey Supermarket, is expected to form the basis for significant change in the way we as St. Lucians use and dispose of plastics, and we at TJ's UltraMatt are willing to join Massey in this effort. In order to start the process of encouraging our customers to eliminate plastics, TJ's UltraMatt will offer our customers who choose not to request plastic bags extra reward points on their shopping sometime in July 2018. We will also be supplying reusable shopping bags at a very low cost in order to help with this choice. In this way, we expect that by September 2018, most people will have converted to reusable or recycled bags, and thereafter we require persons who still are interested in requesting plastic bags to contribute towards the overall cleanup campaign by paying 10 cents per plastic bag requested. It is not our intention to reap any financial benefit from these actions. In fact, where any surplus is generated, we fully intend to reinvest it into more efforts to reduce the impact of plastic waste on our society. The only benefit we seek is to help our society towards a cleaner, safer environment. As St. Lucians, we know that you are all going to support this campaign, since it will assist in cleaning up our neighborhood and our city for us, as well as our international visitors who form the backbone of this economy at present. Please help us help St. Lucia stay safe and clean.
The level of crime and violence in St. Lucia is something to be abhorred. So says the superintendent of the Methodist Church. He warns that the situation, if not brought under control, can have immense impact on the nation's economy. More in this report.
Superintendent Minister of the Methodist Church, Seth Ampadu, makes a plea to the nation to find other ways to resolve our differences in order to bring peace to our nation. He calls for amicable resolution of problems rather than the use of weaponry.
We can be offended because we are human, but that is why the court is there. If someone does something against you and you do not like it, go to court. Or you can come to the church, our doors are always open. If you have any need of counseling and other things, we are there to help.
The Reverend highlighted a major issue that could arise from further hostile behavior of the St. Lucian populace.
In the absence of peace, you see, businessmen, women, they will not invest money in a hostile community. So that if we want peace in our nation, then we need to avoid violence and crime so that investors can bring in money.
The minister denounced the nature of St. Lucians as it pertains to not reporting criminal activity and the hiding of criminals. Ampadu also made a special appeal for the youth to understand their role in society and return to church.
In the absence of God in your life, it brings confusion and other social issue vices. And therefore we are appealing to the youth to go back to church. God needs them. So we are trying to reach out to the youth. So sometimes we bring missionaries from other places to come in to mentor the youth.
Reverend Ampadu passionately decreed that for a better future for St. Lucia, violence and crime must be overthrown on a community and national level. Reporting for Hot 7 Nightly News, I am Solange Alfred.
Thank you very much, Solange. The United Workers' Party held its Northern Zonal Conference on the 12th of August at the John Odlum Secondary School at Marigot. The Northern Zone consists of Grosery, Castries Central, Castries East, Castries North, Castries South, Castries Southeast, Dennery North, and Ancillary Canneries. Members of the Northern constituency branches were addressed by political leader Alan Chasney. In his address, Alan Chasney reiterated the party's commitment to the bettering of the lives of all St. Lucians, as indicated in the party's election manifesto in 2016, and he stressed that Five to Stay Alive was the cornerstone of that objective. He also highlighted projects which the current UWP administration says is on the verge of getting underway. These include the Uanora International Airport redevelopment, the building of a number of new hotels by Sandals, Rex, Canals, a major development at Shock in Castries, redevelopment of shops at Point Seraphine, among others. You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. When we come back, young people spark a movement to bring hope to their peers, and the Prime Minister touts the number of projects underway by his administration. These stories and more coming up after the break.